Hello friends, myself Ashok Bagda from Dr. Subhash Technical Campus, and today we are going to discuss about effect of gyroscopic couple on an aeroplane. So my dear friends, in our last lecture we have discussed about basic principle of gyroscope, what is a active gyroscopic couple, what is reactive gyroscopic couple, what is the axis of spin, what is the axis of precession. Okay, so these terms that we have already discussed in a previous lecture. In today's lecture we will discuss about the effect of gyroscopic couple on an aeroplane. So let us consider one aeroplane as shown in figure. In this aeroplane we will consider some parts. So this is a front end, we can say that front end of aeroplane, or it is also we can say that nose of aeroplane, front end or a nose, and this one is the tail end, we can say the tail end, or we can say that rear end. So first we consider these two notation, front end of the aeroplane and tail end of the aeroplane. Okay, and this is a rotor. Okay, we always consider this is a rotor, and we again we consider the direction of rotor. Okay, so direction of rotor may be a clockwise. Let us consider in this case this is the direction of rotor, and this rotor, the axis of rotor, this is the axis of rotor. Okay, and this rotor is rotating in anti-clockwise direction when we see from this end. So this is the direction of, okay, from we see from this end, and this is the direction of rotation of rotor, and it is rotating, the rotor is rotating with omega angular speed. Okay, now we know that. So here we consider some notation. First one is omega. So omega is the angular velocity of rotor or a propeller in a radian per second. Second things we consider, I is the mass moment of inertia of propeller and other parts. Mass moment of inertia of propeller and other parts in kg into meter square. Let us consider capital V is the linear velocity of aeroplane. Linear velocity of aeroplane in a meter per second. Omega p is a angular velocity of precession. Angular velocity of precession. We know that what is the axis of precession. So we consider these are some basic terminology or basic notation for the aeroplane. Now let us consider first case. We see four cases in this lecture. In first case we consider our rotor is rotating in anti-clockwise direction. Okay, so let us consider first case. Consider the first case. So when propeller rotates in anti-clockwise direction when viewed from the, let us consider the propeller rotates in anti-clockwise direction when viewed from the nose end. We know that this end is the nose end and this is the tail end. So when we see from the nose end, so this, it is a front end or a nose end. So if we see from this end, then we assume that our propeller is rotating in anti-clockwise direction. So our propeller is rotating in anti-clockwise direction with omega angular speed. So this is the direction of rotation of propeller. Okay, so by using right hand thumb rule we can represent the axis of spin. So in a simple way we can say that this is the axis of spin, because if we curl the fingers in the direction of rotation of propeller, then the direction of thumb will represent the vector, or we can say that angular velocity vector. So this is the axis of spin, and we know that the axis of precession is always a right angle. Axis of precession is always right angle to the axis of spin. So this is the axis of precession. It is omega p. Okay, axis of precession. Now we consider our aeroplane is taking right turn. So when we assume that we are sitting inside the aeroplane, if we are sitting inside the aeroplane, then we can say that now our aeroplane is taking right turn. So we can say that our aeroplane is taking a turn in this way. So aeroplane is taking right turn, and this turn we will see that when we are sitting inside the aeroplane, then we can say that our aeroplane is taking right turn. So this is now we assume that our aeroplane is taking right turn. So that our first case is when propeller rotates in anti-clockwise direction and aeroplane takes a right turn. Okay, so let us see the effect of gyroscopic couple in this case. So first of all, our aeroplane is taking right turn, so we know that the active gyroscopic couple will generate it in this direction. The direction or vector of active gyroscopic couple is also at right angle to the axis of spin. So this is nothing but it is axis of active gyroscopic couple, or we can say that it is this vector represents the active gyroscopic couple. And so again, if we apply here right hand screw rule, right hand thumb rule, right hand screw rule, then we can say that this is the axis of spin. That means in this direction our rotor is rotating. Okay, again if we consider now the reactive gyroscopic couple is always in opposite direction to the active gyroscopic couple. So this is the direction of reactive gyroscopic couple. So this is a reactive gyroscopic couple. Now this is the vector that represents reactive gyroscopic couple. So we can again, by using right hand screw rule, you can assign the sense of rotation. So this is the sense of rotation. Now this reactive gyroscopic couple will effect on aeroplane. So if we draw this reactive gyroscopic couple, then we can say that this is a effect of reactive couple. This is the effect of reactive gyroscopic couple. Now if we see that, then this reactive gyroscopic couple will raise the tail and dip the nose. So that means the effect of gyroscopic couple will dip the nose, okay, and raise the tail. So we can say that when propeller rotates in anti-clockwise direction and aeroplane takes right turns, then the nose of aeroplane will dip and tail end will be rise. Okay, so the effect, we can say that what will be the effect of this gyroscopic couple? So we can say that dip the nose and raise the tail. So this is the first case. Now similarly, let us consider a second case. So second case, when propeller rotates in anti-clockwise direction and aeroplane takes left turn when viewed from the nose end of the aeroplane. So this is the nose end. Okay, this is the nose end, and we viewed from the nose end. If we see from this end, then we see that our rotor or a propeller of aeroplane is rotating in anti-clockwise direction with omega angular speed. Okay, so this is the direction of rotation of rotor, and we see that our aeroplane is taking left turn. So when we assume that we are sitting inside the aeroplane, then our aeroplane is taking left turn. So we can say that this is the direction of, we can say that our aeroplane is taking left turn. So this is our left turn. Now according to the right hand screw rule, this is the axis of spin, or we can say that vector that represent the direction of angular velocity of rotor. Again, we know that the axis of precession is always at right angle. To the axis of spin. So this is the axis of precession. Our aeroplane is taking left turn, so we can say that our aeroplane is taking left turn. That's why we can say that this is the vector that represent not a reactive but active gyroscopic couple. So this vector represents the active gyroscopic couple, and we know that. Okay, again we apply here right hand screw rule. So this is the sense of rotation. In this direction, we know that in opposite direction to the active gyroscopic couple, some reactive gyroscopic couple is acting. So this is a reactive gyroscopic couple. So this magnitude, this vector represent the reactive gyroscopic couple. Okay, again we apply here right hand screw rule. So this is a sense of rotation. Now this effect, if we represent this effect here, then we can say that this is the effect of reactive gyroscopic couple. So this is the effect of reactive gyroscopic couple. And if we see this effect, then we can say that dip the tail end and raise the nose end. So when a propeller rotates in anti-clockwise direction and aeroplane takes a left turn, then the effect of reactive gyroscopic couple is dip the tail end of aeroplane and raise the nose end of aeroplane. So this is the second case. Now let us see third case. So again we consider this is the third case. So this is the front end, we see from this end. This is the front end, and when we see from the front end, then we see that our propeller is rotated in counterclockwise direction. So this is the sense of rotation of rotor, and this rotor is rotating with omega angular speed. Okay, so third case is when propeller rotates in counterclockwise direction. When a propeller rotates in counterclockwise direction, that means in a clockwise direction. Now let us consider third case. Propeller rotates in clockwise direction when viewed from the front end or a nose end, and aeroplane takes a left turn. So let us see. This is the rotor. This is the axis of rotor. Our rotor is rotating in clockwise direction when we see from this end. Okay, and our aeroplane is taking left turn. So when we assume that we are sitting inside the aeroplane and we assume that our aeroplane is taking left turn, so that means our aeroplane is taking turn in this direction. So this is our aeroplane is taking left turn. Our aeroplane is taking left turn. Okay, now we know that if we use a right hand screw rule, then we can say that we can draw a vector that represent the axis of spin. So this is the axis of spin. So this is the axis of spin, and this is the vector that represent the angular velocity of rotor. We again know that the axis of precession is always at right angle to the, so this is axis of precession. So axis of precession is always at right angle to the axis of spin. Now our aeroplane is taking left turn, so in this direction at right angle, so this is a active gyroscopic couple. So this is the vector, so this vector represent the active gyroscopic couple. This vector represent the active gyroscopic couple. Okay, and again if we again here apply right hand screw rule, then we can say that, so this is the sense of rotation. We know that in opposite direction to the active gyroscopic couple, some reactive gyroscopic couple is always acting. So this is a reactive gyroscopic couple. So this is a reactive gyroscopic couple, and again if we apply here the rotation, sense of rotation, then this is the sense of rotation. So if we transfer this sense of rotation, then we can see that, so this is the sense of rotation. Okay, then we know that this is nose end, this is tail end. So from the figure we can easily say that the effect of these things will happen: dip the tail end and raise the nose end. So again let us see the propeller. We assume that propeller rotates in clockwise direction when we see from the front end, and aeroplane is taking left turn. So here first of all we have represent the vector of vector that represent the angular velocity of rotor. Then this is the angular velocity of precession. Okay, because our aeroplane is taking left turn, so this is the angular velocity or axis of precession, and our aeroplane is taking left turn, so that's why this is the active gyroscopic couple, and in this direction this is a reactive gyroscopic couple, and this reactive effect of this reactive gyroscopic couple is transferred here. So we clearly see that the effect of reactive gyroscopic couple is dip the tail end and raise the nose end. So this is a third case. Now let us see a fourth case. The propeller rotates in clockwise direction viewed from, so this is the axis of spin. We can say that it is the axis of spin. We know that in right angle to the axis of spin there is the axis of precession. Axis of precession. Okay, now propeller rotates in clockwise direction. That means propeller rotates in clockwise direction with omega angular speed when we see from the front end. So we are observing the nose of aeroplane from this end, and we see that our rotor is rotating in clockwise direction. Okay, so according to the right hand screw rule, so this is the vector represent angular velocity of rotor. Okay, so we can say that it is a spin vector. It is a spin vector. Now our aeroplane is taking right turn. So when we assume that we are sitting inside the aeroplane, then our aeroplane is taking right turn. So this is the direction of rotation of aeroplane. That means our aeroplane is taking right turn. So we assume that our aeroplane is taking right turn. Okay, so our aeroplane is taking right turn. So we can say that according to in this way, this is the sense of rotation of axis of spin. Now our aeroplane is taking right turn. So in this direction, so this is the vector that represents active gyroscopic couple. This is the vector that represents the active gyroscopic couple. And again, if we apply right hand screw rule here, then this is the sense of rotation. That means this is a sense of rotation. And in opposite direction to the active gyroscopic couple, some reactive gyroscopic couple is also acting according to the Newton's law. So this will be a reactive gyroscopic couple. And if we use here right hand screw rule, then this will be the sense of rotation. This will be the sense of rotation, or we can say that in this way. This is the sense of rotation. Now if we transfer this sense of rotation here, the effect of reactive gyroscopic couple, then we can say that the effect of this condition, dip the nose and raise the tail end. So when propeller rotates in clockwise direction and aeroplane is taking right turn, then the effect of reactive gyroscopic couple is dip the nose end and raise the tail end. So in this way we have discussed the effect of gyroscopic couple on an aeroplane. So in this lecture we have considered 4 cases. In first case is aeroplane when propeller rotates in anti-clockwise direction and aeroplane taking left turn. Okay, then we see that. Okay, so we have seen 4 cases. First case, propeller rotates in anti-clockwise direction and aeroplane take a right turn. Second, propeller rotates in anti-clockwise direction and aeroplane taking left turn. Similarly, third case, propeller rotates in counterclockwise direction. Propeller rotates in clockwise direction and aeroplane takes left turn. And fourth case is propeller rotates in clockwise direction and aeroplane takes right turn. So I hope you understand this topic very well. Okay, thank you.